Okay, hi guys. We're here now on a Friday night, and I'm pretty buzzed, pretty happy, and I'm going to try to play a little bit of Blitz. It's now past 1 o'clock in England. Maybe had, one too many shandies, but we're going to rock and roll. We're playing Isa from Japan, and of course I'm going to play a Dutch defense now, and see if I can still focus this time of night. Should I play a Dutch? Of course I should play a Dutch. And I've got to stick to my principles and have a little sip of white wine while I play this. And just see what happens. So, okay, I mean, very sensible Dutch defence. So it'd be nice to see the main line. The mainline Dutch, the classical Dutch, which is probably my speciality. Now there's two moves here, either A5 or knight E4. And I used to call this line the Old Faithful, so we'll give this one a go. Who am I playing? Okay, I'm just going to try to find out his name. Rook B1's a pretty naff move. It doesn't really do much when I got pawn on A5. It kind of loses tempo. So, and now there's a very interesting gambit line here I can play. So I'm going to give this a go with knight C6. And the point is, if he goes knight takes E4, I'll go knight B4. But now I can force through E5. In Dutch defense, the one move you want to play is E5. This is the main move. And after bishop F6, I'm going to get E5 in. So even though I've had a couple of shandies, I'm going for my central break. And I think I'm going to be very happy in normal classical Dutch fashion if I get E5 in. So E5 has happened, and this is like a typical Dutch now. And as soon as this pawn gets there, it's time to have a smile on the face and have a little sip of wine as well. So there's my sip of wine, there's my good position, and this is the way I play the Dutch, for better or worse. Okay, this is good. This is a good little Dutch defense now. So I've got my two pawns in the center, and my bishop on F6 is very well placed. And here, of course, I go E4. Probably win a piece now. I don't know if that's going to be good enough because I've had a fair bit of wine, but it's a good start. I think I kind of need piece odds at this moment in time, and Isa is being very kind to give me piece odds. But this is the way you do the Dutch. You're just trying to go through the centre. This break E5 is critical, and even if he resigns. I mean, that's very kind of the guy. So. Thank goodness he didn't play on, because I'm not sure how I could handle any more chess. But let's have a quick look at the opening, because it's a very, very quick lesson in Dutch there. And we'll just have a very quick lesson on maybe what happened there. So we'll flip the board. So let's see and see what happens. How can we flip the board? Not easy to do when you've had a couple of shandies. Flip the board. Where's the board? Okay, flip. There we go. Right, so let's get to the normal classical Dutch position. And the traditional classical Dutch, which you can actually obviously purchase from the GingerGM store. If you go to my website, I've talked about this opening a lot of times, and obviously my opponent hadn't brought my products and stuff. If you go to GingerGM, this position here, I spent hours and hours talking about. Go to GingerGM, you can look at all my books and everything like this. This is my speciality, this position. And the point is, there's two moves here. There's either knight to E4 or A5. And the point of A5 is to get a grip on the B4 square. So often your knight wants to come to C6, then into B4. And rook to B1 is kind of a nothing move. That's just doesn't do anything, because he's not going to go B4 here, because I have a pawn on A5 anyway. So now my knight jumps into E4, and when you have a more cramped position, as I do here, you want to exchange pieces, and now my bishop can come to F6. After Queen C2, the whole point of this opening, the classical Dutch, at some point you want to play E5. How do you play E5? Well, you need to get a bishop to F6 and knight to C6. The only way to do this is to swap off the knight on F6. So here you take, well, eventually on C3, The point of knight c6 is if he takes here, I have this very nice intermezzo move, knight to b4. And if he moves his queen, I can take on e4 and get quite an interesting position. So, okay, so my opponent did not play that. He played the very calm a3 move, but now I get e5 interaction. So I take on c3 first. Queen takes c3. I can't play e5 yet, but now I have one piece defending the e5 square. What other piece wants to defend this idea is bishop to f6, so I play bishop to f6. And now I'm ready to strike with e5. My opponent plays b4, not really paying any attention to my plan. This is the mistake he's made. So I push forward after taking on b4 with my main plan e5. And to be fair, if you're going to play the classical Dutch, this is the move you need to play. You need to get your pieces like this. No matter how you do it, you need to get your knight to c6 and your bishop to f6, and you need to push forwards with e5. This is the critical idea in a classical Dutch. And like I say, if you want to look in more detail about this, you go to the website GingerGM, buy my DVDs, buy anything, or even just chat to me and I'll maybe give you some ideas. And now, okay, he quickly went wrong. He took here. But the problem is here, I'm going to play e4 whatever in this position. I've got a great position and I've already got the advantage. Big advantage as black. And after pawn to b4, I go e4. And now he's losing a piece because he has to move his queen, like let's say queen c2. I take on f3. He takes, for example, here. I take on g2. He takes on b7. We're nearly queening at the same time, but I take here with check. And after he goes king takes, I take on b7. He goes rook takes. I end up a rook up. Okay, so that's my attempt at chess after a very happy Friday night out. And the Dutch can work there. Maybe a little bit of a drunk lesson there, but that's the way you play Dutch, you know. It's a very easy opening to understand, very easy opening to learn, and I hope I can give more good videos, probably better quality than this one. But hey ho, it is now 1:30 in the morning, so give me a chance and I'll try again another time. Cheers, until next time, bye.